Now welcome to a review of episode 4 of Agatha All Along on Disney+, where once again, let's kick it on over to you to start this review.
This kind of felt more like a typical mid-season episode where now we have to start unveiling the mysteries of our characters. A lot of exposition telling you who are these witches, what happened to them.
A lot of singing, too.
Yeah, I actually don't
number.
think I needed a second musical number. The only reason I'm okay with it is it did play a big portion of the story.
It broke the curse.
Yes, her generational curse on her family, I believe, that whole curse. I mean, I didn't need to hear the musical number, honestly, but I did love that they included kind of finishing the story of Alice and what happened with her mother.
I thought it was clever that the song she had wrote and, was for her daughter, and since it's playing somewhere in the world at any given time, it is always working and protecting her. I thought that was actually a pretty clever thing, even if I wasn't like a huge fan of this episode.
And it sounds kind of like the power, maybe the inspiration to do that came from the road. Because her mother went through the road.
Yeah, we think.
We think.
Did they confirm that, or was it just she was trying to get to the road with her fans being her coven? I don't know.
It's interesting.
No, I actually, I'll give him credit. I thought that was a pretty cool kind of idea or concept. So.
Right, like I said, I did not need a second musical number. I really enjoyed the first version of the Witch's Road ballad. Didn't enjoy this one quite as much.
Really, I like this one more.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not into the big 70s aesthetic. And watching Agatha kind of showboat. She's the lead singer. What do you. I was like, I guess that suits her character. But at the same time, after Agatha's showboating, it is nice to see that the coven is coming together.
A little bit, yeah.
We are getting...
Well, the rest of them are. I don't think anybody trusts Agatha or the
Blackheart?
newcomer. Blackheart, there it is, yeah.
I can't remember already what she said her name was.
Well, I mean, they did. Agatha did the little microphone trick on her where she kind of confessed that she's not really their friend.
At the same time, we're also missing that story, exactly what happened. I think whatever happened between those two involved Agatha's son.
You think so?
Well, in the comics, the character known as Blackheart is an agent of Mephisto, sometimes the son of Mephisto, adopted or otherwise. They've kind of played with that character throughout the years. But it is interesting because that's another connection to Mephisto. Nicholas Scratch was the name of Agatha's son, but also the name of an agent of Mephisto. I do like that, like I said, we're slowly peeling back the onion now on these characters. We got more of Jen, our potion witch's story as well, finding out she was just trying to do good. She does little midwifing on the side of her potion craft.
Hey, witches are misunderstood. That's what this episode was trying to teach us.
She got bound with no magic somehow.
Even though she can do magic?
Well,
potion-y
there's
stuff?
Literally just casting and slinging spells like we've seen Agatha and Scarlet Witch do. And then there's what they call the craft, which they refer to as analog magic. Which
Ruins and potions.
I thought it was funny because it's like, okay, well, this person's a genius, so they can paint this painting and it just all comes out of her head and they know exactly what they're doing. It's just masterful. But give me a paint by number that looks like that and I'll get there.
I don't know if you're going to...
analog painting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you're getting there even with
or
paint
someone who
by
can do
numbers
crazy math equations in their head and you give them a long equation and they go, bloop, here's the answer. But give me long enough and a pen and paper and some formulas, I'll get there. It's just going to take me longer. So I feel like that's the difference between the witchcraft they're used to doing and their analog witchcraft.
That's a good way to put it. It's the paint by numbers.
It is. It's the paint by numbers witchcraft. Yeah. I like that we got a lot of Alice's story. We got to hear about her family curse. I found her story interesting with her mother, like you said, with the...
No, I thought that was good.
The song being pretty much analog witchcraft, that all of her fans are keeping her alive. They're protecting
her by playing the song and being a part of their coven, essentially. Yeah, I thought that was clever. I like that.
She got a lot of closure. We still have to see more about what's going on with the Divination witch. She occasionally pops through and she says things.
Where she's kind of seeing something else, either having some kind of breakdown or, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what's going on with her.
Remember, she said to Alice, she's like, don't go.
Yeah.
We're like, well, what does that mean?
I think we're going to find that one out next week. I think she's next on the list of pulling back the layer, as you say.
Yeah. Well, and she's been alive for such a long time, and she had some ties to, old Italian families, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the other thing you got to remember, hundreds of years. Sometimes I kind of forget, how old these characters are.
Yeah, Alice is probably the youngest, aside from Teen. Because
whoever Teen is. We learned about a sigil.
Is, yeah.
When it's not needed anymore, it'll break or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're just still trying to throw us off the case by having Blackheart tell her he's not your son, he's not yours?
I don't know.
Well, by saying not yours versus not your son are two different phrases, one can say.
That is two different phrases in theory. Like, you could say your son isn't yours because he doesn't care about you in a way, or you abandoned them, or you did something else.
Or they're being manipulated, used by somebody else, so they just aren't recognizable to you anymore.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like, could Agatha have put the sigil on him to lessen her guilt? To go, well, I won't even recognize if this is my son. No one will recognize this is my son. It keeps him safe from other witches. It can't be used against her.
Yeah, because she has forgotten.
Yeah. It could have been maybe her son at one point. I mean, remember, she didn't want to tell Teen the story. Maybe her son was a point of weakness. Something people were trying to hurt or exploit to get to Agatha. Maybe she did the sigil to protect him and doesn't even remember doing it. Maybe that's why she thinks she gave her son to Mephisto. There's a lot of moving pieces here.
Yeah, I mean, it again, we kind of talked about this, I think, last week. It feels like the obvious answer. It's her son. And then now that we have this new piece of information, it would have been her. And for some reason, she has forgotten. Mm-hmm. But yet, she seems to still have some kind of connection. She cares about him.
Right.
So maybe that's just kind of, an innate mother thing going on there. I don't know.
And then there's the story of Agatha and Blackheart. We still don't know their past.
Well,
we know that it's deeper than we would have imagined. I mean, for her to describe Agatha as her scar, to say that she had done something to her that, like, pretty much tore them both up.
Yeah, clearly there was there's quite the past there between those two.
That even when she didn't recognize her in the first episode, she knew that she hated her. It's a big, powerful emotion to not even know the person and know you can't be in a room with them.
No, you hate somebody you don't know and you care for somebody you don't know. It seems like she has both going on.
Very interesting. So I'm interested to see where this is going to keep going. Obviously, I guess maybe each of these is a test for each witch. We've had the potion witch test. She passed, and then she was able to heal Nicholas afterwards with a lot more confidence.
I like that you called him Nicholas.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you're already... We know a theory. You're...
No, I really don't want it to be her son because it's too obvious, but...
I don't either, but I think it's...
But they're trying to build it in a clever way, so, okay. And then this week, the test was for Alice. The reason Mrs. Hart didn't make it is she's not a witch. She didn't pass the trials.
Well, she also had two
did.
Doses of the poison, and not two.
But it could be because she wasn't a witch.
I think it's
and
because she's not a witch.
What is it meant for her?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she wasn't. I mean, as far as we know, she has no witchy powers.
So, yeah, I believe you're right. I think next week we are probably seeing our Divination Witches test. And then we still have 2 witches and a teen left. Because Blackheart,
How many
Agatha...
episodes is this? Is this 6
possibly teen.
6 or 8?
It's supposed to end, I believe, the week of Halloween.
Okay, so then we got like 4 episodes. It must be like 8.
3 to go, right?
That would be like 4. So
yeah,
it must be 8.
Yeah, because you said like 4 to go.
Yeah.
We still have Halloween, a story to tell.
It doesn't feel like we got 4 left, but...
Hopefully there's not another musical number.
I hope there is.
I know. Like I said, I understood the purpose for this one. I personally just didn't care for it. I liked the Witch's Ballad they sang in episode 2. That was my preference on songs so far this season. Partially because there was so much action and distraction in this scene that I couldn't really focus on the lyrics because I wanted to hear what the protection spell was, but there was so much else going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you seem to have enjoyed the episode?
I've been enjoying Agatha. Like I said, this one was a little bit slower, but the feeling and depth of emotion in it, I think, was a little bit better.
Okay. It is what it is. I don't know that I'm loving it. I don't know that I'm hating it. I don't know that I am the intended target audience for this show.
Show starring all women, pretty much, and one dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the intended audience.
No, and it's mainly like women, kind of female bonds and relationship, which is cool. You don't have to make the show for me. I didn't expect it to be for me or anything, but I don't know. It's fine. I don't know again that it's anything great. I don't know that this is like the next great piece of Marvel MCU.
We'll see. That could be Thunderbolts. It could.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
The next Captain America.
It feels just kind of like a show that has a certain audience that's probably really going to enjoy it, and then a lot of people are going to be like, eh.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
which is fine.
Right.
Again, it didn't have to be for everybody. I don't think it's for me, but it's fine for what it is. And I'm here. I'm 4 episodes deep. I'm gonna ride it out to the end, and who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised.
Maybe you will be. I kind of hope you will be. I want Marvel to surge back.
Oh, I want Marvel to surge back too, but we'll see. And for now, that's all we got for you this time. Now it's your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of the 4th episode of Agatha All Along, and let's talk some Marvel. And so, until next time, Thanks for watching.